Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Now today let's talk about the difference of the async and defer in JavaScript. Okay, so if you're not familiar, these are the way of downloading the content, downloading the script, and let's look at the main difference. Okay, so async. Let's say I have scripts, script, and for that I use this async, and then some script. Let's say I don't know script one.js, and I'll have, let's say, another script where the same async is here. Let's say script 2.js, and then script 3.js. Let's say I'm trying to download this script on my code. Okay, now what async does is it's gonna download in a random order, so it doesn't care if, oh, should I download this first, this one, or something else. So it doesn't download in a orderly manner, it just downloads it randomly. Okay, there is no step-by-step download is concerned for this. That's number one. Number two, now what this async does is once it finishes getting this script, let's say script one, it's gonna run it. Okay, it doesn't wait until the second or the third one is finished. Once it gets it, it's gonna run it, and then it's gonna move on to the next one. It gets the second one, it's gonna run it. The third one, it's gonna run it. Now you can already imagine what the issue is gonna be. Now let's say we have this script one. Okay, let's say it gets downloaded second, suppose, and let's say this script two gets downloaded first. And now, if let's say script two is dependent on the script one, okay, if it's depending on the functionality that exists on the script one, now we'll get an error because the script, since the script 2 gets downloaded first, this will run first. And now since this is the one depending on script 1, we'll get an error. And same thing with the third also. Let's say script 3. Let's say script 2 is depending on the script 3. Okay, but script 3 gets downloaded at the end. Now we'll get an error. So when they are, which means when multiple scripts share the functionality, okay, when they are connected, then in this scenario you should never use async. You should never use async here. Okay, but where can you use async? So a likely scenario would be, let's say you want to download things in the background. Let's say you have a game. Okay, this is where, let's say, the game will be loading, and then on the top, let's say you want to show the score or the player name, and then on the side maybe the levels, okay, of the game levels. Now in this scenario you could basically show the levels, the player name, and the score level before you download the actual game content. So in this scenario you could basically use this async. Okay, if you want to download things in the background and if you want to show it right away, for example the player, the score, the levels, before the game even loads, then this is another scenario where you could use this async. Now the defer on the other hand is a little different. Let's say you have the same three different script, okay, where you use this defer. And now, okay, I didn't use the src on the first one. Okay, so basically there's src. Okay, and then source, let's say is this, oh my gosh, can't write. Let's say script sc1 what .js, another defer src equals, let's say sc2.js. okay, let's say sc3.js. now you have, let's say, three different script file. Okay, now defer downloads it one after the other. So this one will be downloaded first, the first guy, second one will be downloaded second, and then the third. Whereas in this async it would downloading things in the random order. Okay, now once the first is downloaded, second is downloaded as well, which means, let's say, if the second guy should be dependent on the first, then well, this is going to be just fine. And so will be for this third guy. If third guy depends on the first and second, well, you can already imagine where this is heading. So this will be fine in that scenario. So this will be really useful when one of them is dependent on the other. And now the next thing, it will only run it all, it will only load them all after everything has been downloaded. So it downloads the first, it downloads the second and the sequence, it downloads the third, and now after everything is completed, after all of them are loaded, then it will run it. Okay, so this is what defer does. Now again, if there is the link, so if let's say script 2 depends on script 1, in this scenario it is best to use the defer in order to load the script. Okay, we use defer to load the script for the scripts that are dependent among each other. So yeah, this has been about this has been all about the sync and defer, and I hope you liked it. If you did, be sure to press the like button and subscribe to my channel, and yeah, have a great day. I'm out of here.